I promised some time ago to put up a video of me showing how to lap a stone. This is my Norton 4000 8000, and as you can tell from some of the discoloration, it's seen a fair amount of service. There are several different ways to true a stone. My method, again, works for me, might not work for you. Some people, I'm sure, will probably deem me a lunatic, and so on and so forth. However, what I have found works for me is something just as basic as 220 grit waterproof sandpaper. You get this in just about, it is just about anywhere. Now you can get fancy adhesives to put this down, and I do use those on some of the more adventuresome projects, but I've really not seen the need for it here. Now, it's a little bit of water, try to float some of the swarf. That's the material that you're pulling off. The water in underneath. Once you get a couple of passes in, it tends to stick this down. However, I find you do have to hold it with your thumb as you're doing this. Now, how fur is too fur? I'm going to use the 4000 side because it's going to show a little better. I use a charcoal pencil. You can also use a lead pencil. I like the charcoal because it does show up really nicely. The name of the game is make the black stuff go away. In circular motion. And of course you're going to do an edit cut. You can see that's starting to fade there now. This is not a extremely fast process. We'll do an edit cut and come back to it. But once you're completed with driving this down, you'll want to also chamfer your edges. That's accomplished simply by holding the stone on a 45 degree and just couple of gentle passes. All you're trying to do is knock down this edge so that when you're coming at it with razor, knife, whatever, you're not cutting in on a sharp edge. As you can see, that comes off pretty quick. Oh, I should also mention that this works a lot better if your water stone is already wet. I've found trying to do this with a dry stone is just an exercise of frustration. Also raises a tremendous amount of dust. And again, you can see camera's light balance catches up. There we go. Starting to lighten here, but it's not touching down here very much. The reason for that is obviously I have a low spot here. So as this progresses, this takes time. Be patient, go slow. The reason I prefer this over like a honing stone is it's slower. You can't get yourself in trouble as fast with this. And this is cheap. Trying to find, you can go lower, you can do 110 if you want. But I find, oh, and use a marble or a glass plate. I've heard of some people using bricks. I've heard of some people using sidewalk. It doesn't really give me any confidence for a level piece. If I was honing it for just sharpening a knife, I might consider it, but this is a razor. This is a fairly precise piece, so you do want to ensure that you're working with absolute flat as much as possible. So much so that I won't even use like the steel table on my table saw. It's not really where I'd like it to be. I know there's a couple of hollows in that, and it's not worth it. So there you go. It's really no more difficult than that, and just keep rinsing your paper as you go, and you'll find it goes by pretty quick.